The song titled Stronger by the late Riky Rick Foundation is a unique and innovative project that has utilized artificial intelligence or AI to create and complete the song. The foundation has harnessed AI technology to generate melodies, incorporating elements of Riky Rick's tweets before he passed on. Stronger serves as a testament to the ever-evolving relationship between technology and the arts. And to tell us more about how the song came about, we're now joined by Riky Rick's partner, Bianca Naidoo, and one of the producers of the song, Heemal Gangaram. A very good morning to you two. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Morning.
Thank you
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right. Could you share your initial reaction, to the idea of using artificial intelligence to create and complete the song?
Initially, very against it. And when it came up, it was a matter of just trying it out. I think our initial idea was getting a group of artists to kind of create and rap, I guess, or sing the song. And then this idea came up and we said, let's try it out and see how it goes. If it works, it works. And then I think as we went along, we got into it, and it took us months to get it to a place where we were all happy.
Yeah.
And
for those who haven't listened to this song, does it really sound like Riky Rick?
It definitely does.
Definitely.
Really?
Does.
Gosh, the power of AI.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of steps and processes as well. Like, you've got to feed the AI system a lot of data, and data being Ricky's acapellas, his vocal separates. So once the AI learns those nuances and, his delivery and his voice, that's his voice at the end of the day. Yeah.
Now, Bianca, how do you feel, or how do you think that this song reflects Riky Rick's personal journey and experiences?
I think it's all in the messages, all in the tweets and the social media posts. And it wasn't about just putting words together. It was his words that we, gathered to put together to make the song. So
it's not something that you guys created.
It is
his voice and in his own words.
Well, the AI and then his words, So, and I always, after this process, I said, I feel like it's something he would have definitely done. The message is exactly what we wanted it to be, and I hope that sits well with everybody.
Right. Now, Heemal, how did you, ensure a seamless integration of artificial intelligence and Riky Rick's voice? Because it might appear very scary at first and quite interesting in the long term.
Yeah, I think, as I was saying earlier, there was a lot of processes and steps that had to be, done with this. The first thing was creating the beats and the soundtrack, making sure that the vibe and the feel is great, sitting with the family, with the creative team. And, we made a few beats. The next thing was feeding the AI all the data. Then it's sitting with an actual vocal artist, a voiceover artist, so he could actually lay down a version of this verse. He does it in such a way, he comes in and he has to walk and talk exactly like Ricky. He's got to literally do some method acting. Once he gets into studio, he has to come and deliver on point. And then from there, it's literally taking the information that we have, that verse from our voiceover artist label, putting it together, and then you get that final verse.
I'm quite curious to know if there were any, guidelines or parameters, as it were, that were provided to it through the AI system when generating the song, or the lyrics and the song as well.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, it's these step-by-step processes. I think it's something that we had to also figure out on our own time, right? Gathering the information was, I think, important. We were sitting with a lot of Ricky's vocal separates. We worked with him for many years, for over 10 years, so we had a lot of that information. And then, I think just working with the different teams, there's a lot of people involved in this. Ganja Beats being one of them. We've got audio post-production company called Audio Militia. Then there's a company that's sitting in the Ukraine, that's the actual tech company.
Okay.
So the three parties come together and have to to really put this out together.
Wow, wow. Now, Bianca, what do you think is the most significant impact of combining AI technology with Riky Rick's artistic expression?
I think that's a hard question because for me, it was trying it out, and for us it showed that it worked. You know, I think I wasn't sure myself. You know, AI is a new thing, and it's so funny. We've been working on this for I think about a year, and then it just became a thing a few weeks before we actually launched it. So I was very nervous about how it was going to be received, how it was going to come out. But I do know at the end of it, we all were, you know, we were ready and said that it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you think people will embrace this project, knowing that Riky Rick is no more, but he has new material posthumously? So how do you think people will receive this particular project?
Well, I think as Ricky's words were very powerful, right? So, you know, just putting the song together and having all these different layers and elements and having the choir. I think the choir was something that, you know, Riky used a lot. I think it's definitely, people will embrace it. There's messages in there that it's about community. It's about lifting each other up.
Yeah.
These are things that he spoke about, you know, constantly in songs, in interviews. So hopefully, like, people can look at the messages that's in there, you know, and I think there's already people that we've sat with. People have been messaging us, creating art, expressing themselves just from hearing the song and being inspired by it. So, I think people are embracing it quite a bit.
Yeah, in as much as it can be looked at and viewed as an artistic expression.
Yeah.
But then I suppose there would be some doubts that would be cast on the authenticity of this project.
Of course. I think also people want to hear, you know, after someone passes, I guess you want to hear their music, you know. So when it comes in this way, it might just not land very well. But I think it's been really well received, and we're overwhelmed by the love and the support that we've had. And as Heemal was saying, the message is so positive.
Yes, yes.
And I think a lot of people need to hear it. So, there's been a lot of positive.
Yeah, I mean, mental health is a major problem in South Africa and society right now. So I think us knowing the end goal and where it's going to help and how it's going to help people, that's, I think, definitely been one of the main things, right?
Yeah, I mean, just mentioning mental health, I mean, his battle with mental health was well documented. So how much of it is reflected in this project?
I think a lot of it is reflected,
Is it?
you know. Yeah, I think it's his, when we say it's his words, and a lot of his messages was things that he was also going through, you know. So it's about, he was that person always wanting to encourage, support, inspire, and the song continues to do that.
So even in the song, the last few seconds on the song, we chose to, you know, give maybe a human element to the song.
Yeah.
And we took a clip that was actually from an interview. So just to, like, you have all of this AI, and then at the end there is this clip of Ricky's real voice from a real interview. So it's like, that for me, I think, was the final piece.
Yes,
And sort of put everything together. And it was like, okay, wow, this is now, it's sounding like a complete song.
Yeah.
I mean, for it to sound like a complete song, I know I'm sounding too ambitious now. Any plans of a video in the pipeline?
Maybe.
Maybe.
we have started that conversation.
Okay.
And
we still, I think, need to have a look at how it will actually visually look and stuff. And, you know, but
it's definitely a conversation.
Because I remember at some point, Brenda Fassie had a video even after she died. It was AI generated. Well, it wasn't AI then, because AI is a relatively new thing. But I don't know how they did it, but something of that sort happened at some point.
I don't know if it'll be AI generated, but I think we've got enough to kind of put something beautiful together.
Yeah, there's a lot of storytelling, I think, that can be, you know, visually told.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we download the song?
It's all on all streaming platforms.
Yeah, all DSPs, your Spotify's, Apple Music, Deezer's, YouTube. There's a lyric video on YouTube as well. I think watching it with the lyric video is very impactful, just so you get to see where the tweets actually came from.
Okay.
Or the social media posts, or the Instagram posts and stuff like that. That's really, I think, powerful. So yeah, YouTube, anywhere on all your DSPs.
All right.
Basically all your DSPs.
Heemal and Bianca, lovely chatting to you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This is such a brilliant innovation. Thank you so much for ensuring that his legacy continues.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Ricky's partner Bianca Naidoo and one of the producers of the song Heemal Gangaram taking us through how the latest single, Stronger, was brought to life.